God that the brothers on the written, you were wishing I was handling my...
Hello everyone and welcome to the United Gender. So guys, this is your Studs Up show. Sharpen your studs up, guys, because this is going to be a roller coaster ride. As always, Mr. B, welcome. On Monday, welcome.
Hi guys.
Famous person, a Liverpool fan, distressing us. He's come on the show wearing that terrible t-shirt he's got on. Welcome D7, welcome. And guys,
Welcome, Dave.
Hi, guys,
welcome. This is a build-up of almost the preview for the reaction show of the biggest derby game in world football, and that's Manchester United versus Liverpool. So, guys, let's crack on. Welcome. How are you guys doing? How was your day?
Good.
Thank you.
Very, very good. I've been looking forward to this.
Oh, I'm telling you, Davis, I'm D7. Tell me, talk to me. I'm going to ask you a few questions, but talk to me. How have you been feeling about the build-up for this show?
I'll be honest. I said it on Monday, a few weeks back. Don't phone me for this show because of my performance. I said, just don't phone me. I got a bit of after a few results more recently. I got a bit happy in it, so I was like, yeah, phone me, no problem. I'm in. And then and then the Newcastle happened and the rest. So I'm here now. So I've heard about Mr. B. I've heard about yourself. So yeah, be interested.
So let's crack on with the show, guys. Listen, it's going to be a roller coaster ride. I'm sure we're going to give you guys your minute wrap off as well. I'm sure it's going to be between you on a Monday anyway today. Me and Mr. B just normally sit there and laugh at it. So, guys, I've got a few cameos, little surprises, videos and stuff coming through as well. Sorry, D7, we didn't tell you that, but that's part of the show. The surprises. So, thank you very much for coming on the show and representing Liverpool. Can you tell us your memorable moment of playing football and watching football?
Playing football was probably my most memorable moment when I first started. I played. I come from a quite bad area, so I kind of stumbled across football. I always remember it when I first was about 9 years old. I turned up to a trial which I wasn't meant to be at, and turned up in my ripped Star Wars top and my ripped jeans from playing out, and I turned up and all these kids were in all these full-out tracksuits and shin pads with their mum and dads. So that's my most memorable moment because that's my first experience, and obviously, I never looked back since then. But I got signed that day for Norfolk Villa, and I never looked back. So, playing that was probably my most memorable. Watching my first games I watched was QPR. We used to get free school tickets in West London, so I got some tickets to watch Wayne Faraday and Gary Bannister those days, and Seaman towards one of the start of his career. So on the 4G or 3G, whatever it was then. So that was my most watching and playing.
Okay. Another one for you. We're just listening. We're just asking questions, listening because the studs are getting sharpened as I'm talking to you. Why do you support Liverpool?
You know what? I watched them when I was about 7, 8 years old, and my dad's a West Ham fan. So I just didn't want to support West Ham, and then I watched a cup final with Liverpool in, and they just looked good, and the fans, they sang the Liverpool anthem, and it was the atmosphere watching it, and my dad was like, you can't support them. So I thought I did it just to get on his nerves, and we didn't win for 30 years, so probably karma. But that's why. And then as I've been supporting them, the fan base just draws closer. It's more like a family. When you're around Liverpool fans, they're about Man United fans, but Liverpool fans, we're more of a family. We're more of a family than you lot.
Okay. I know on Monday sitting there like getting the studs up going, yep, I'm coming back for that one. I'm coming back. So what's your thoughts on the current decline of Liverpool? So just give us a brief little thing because we're going to go into it a bit more.
Decline? Oh, don't say that, Amon. Don't say that, Solo. They're not in decline.
I was about to say, what do you mean decline? I was going to say with decline. When you say
not yet. We're
decline,
going to come back to
I
that
don't
part as
understand.
well.
Okay, when you say decline, I don't understand. Okay, look, okay, we're out of form, but obviously there's key injuries. For me, when he signed Thiago, there's a different structure in how you're trying to play. You've got two fast wingers who want the ball in behind early, so they're one-on-one. But you sign a centre midfielder who wants the ball to feet, and you want to play through him all the time. So it takes a longer time for the ball to get to those front three. Firmino's comfortable in and around the box in tight areas. You watch Mane will get the ball in wide areas, and they will double up on him. It takes so long to get to him. You've got the fullback over there, you've got the centre mid tucking across. So he has to keep coming back and playing back into the midfield. So you don't see any one-on-ones in Mane ever. You don't really see it. Salah's not too bad in tight areas, so he gets the ball in tight areas and tries to make something out of nothing. When was the last time you saw Mane clear through one-on-one, or you don't see it. It's especially when Thiago plays. So I think
I'm coming back to Thiago. You know that, yeah.
You've got Thiago in, and
I'm coming back to Thiago. That's the one I want to get you on. Yeah, I'm coming for you for Thiago. So your experience in football. So your experience in football. And also, so you can answer this straight away because it's the same sort of question. Your experience in football, and also, your experience playing against the Magpie, Newcastle United for Yedin.
So my experience is like both home and abroad, like Birmingham, Tottenham, Swindon, Wimbledon, well, the old Wimbledon, like Crazy Gang. So that's what over here, and obviously in non-league football. I'm 45. I'm still playing, so I've played obviously more years in non-league than I have professionally. But I also played abroad. So I played in New Zealand, Iceland. Well, I played in New Zealand with Omundi. Played in Iceland. And America. Played in Florida. I went to university. Yeah, I got a scholarship.
Brilliant.
So quite a varied. But Newcastle. The best part of that was that it was like when you go to the park with your friends, with 10 of your mates, and you play football in the park. It was like that's what it was, but it was against Newcastle on TV, so that's why it meant so much to me. Yeah, so much to me. So.
Brilliant. Excellent. Thank you very much for that insight. And again, Davis, we are going to get you back on the show as well for extent of a little bit more about your career. Hold on that one. It's only because we're doing a studs up show tonight and we got to get these studs sharpened up. So guys, if you're liking the comments, please like, please share, please subscribe. This is the Man U agenda. So let's start off now. I'm going to go to you first, D7, and ask you the question because I know this will rub on Monday up the wrong way. What I'm going to do now. What is your best and your worst match playing Manchester United?
Let me go with the best first because that's where it's starting up. 4-1 Old Trafford, Gerard Torres connection. I can't remember who else scored.
Remember, you're playing against 10 men that game, yeah? You're playing against 10 men. Remember that.
What, from the beginning? From the start?
Well, don't worry about it. It's 10 men. Why you get 10 men? Don't matter when it was. It was 10 men. It's 10 men. 10 men's 10 men.
I don't. Yeah, but you got discipline, innit? You got discipline.
I don't listen. Right? You beat us with 10 men. It don't matter. 4-1 is 10 men.
Who got sent off?
So wait,
Vidic.
Vidic.
Torres run ringed around.
If we turn up on Sunday and we get a man sent off after 2 minutes, you're not better enough because you beat us. Nah. You got sent off because obviously you make a rash challenge, or that player is too good for you, or you made a bad decision. So put the players on the pitch to make the right decisions, and you've got the best ability. If at that time, to be fair, your team was a good side. I can't even lie.
It was, yeah.
But that's what it meant more to me. I was like, yeah. At that time, I'll be honest, I think you guys were a much better team. It was a proper Man United side, which is not what I'm seeing now. But it was a proper Man United side then.
I don't. What are you
Yes,
talking about?
Mr.
Not
B,
now.
I did say
Listen,
that.
yeah.
I did say that.
Look above you. Respect your elders. Look above you.
Yeah,
And
man,
your
I like
worst
that, I like
moment?
that. My worst moment. I'm not sure how many viewers are my age, but it was one of my first memories of football where I thought my team was invincible, and I watched the semi-final replay back in like 85, 86. I must have been like 10, 11. And you had Strachan pulling strings in the midfield. Brian Robson ran through the midfield, put it in top corner.
Yeah.
I was like, who is this guy? Well, what? How can he do that? And then Mark Hughes, Strachan, I think it was a through ball or something. Strachan put a through ball into Mark Hughes, put in the bottom corner. They went out of the cup, but yeah, that was my worst because kind of brought me back down to earth after supporting them for a couple.
It's been taking you 30 years to get back up there as well, hasn't it? Mr. B, Mr. B.
Okay.
Mr.
Yeah,
B.
all right. Yeah, man. All right.
Your worst
cool.
and best moment.
I've been
Man
shopping,
United.
yeah.
Listen. Oh.
My best has to be Cantona's return.
Yeah.
I just
That was
think
a
the
win.
whole. Sorry.
That was a draw.
It don't matter. It was sweet. They were losing 1-0.
That game still brings joy to my heart.
Yeah.
My memory's like a fish in it. So there's not much things that I actually remember.
Yeah.
So that one sticks in my mind. And you man are gonna say, oh, defeats. I have no idea. I don't even know what the score was in the last time we played Liverpool. So I can't sit here and say, oh, it was this result, it was that game, because I'll tell the truth, I don't know. So I'm not going to sit and make up a game. I can make up a FIFA game. I'm good at that, but I can't give you a real score because I don't know. You lot, I hear when you lot talk about Brian Robson hitting the ball in the top corner. I'm thinking, wow, how did these men? And then I hear a Monday talking about specifics in a game from like 15 years ago and errors. And I'm thinking, you know what? Why? It don't even make no sense. So yeah, you've asked me the question. I was trying to look on Google slightly, innit? to try and find a result that I could talk about. So, I'm done. My favorite is the Cantona, which you have just told me was 1-1. I was convinced that we won the game. I'm convinced he scored the winner. So, what can I do? What can I say? I think we need to go onto a Monday, and I'm going to go on Google. And Errol, you need to give me a little heads up on the questions that you're going to ask, man.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
On Monday.
Mr. B.
Mr. B in the building.
Look, I'm a bit stuck. I think there's some really good choices there. One game, so you can't quote me on this. There's a game when John Barnes was playing for Liverpool, and there was maybe late 80s, early 90s, and he put Paul Parker on his ass.
Oh,
and
yes.
I had all my friends with me, Liverpool supporters, everything else. And when he dropped Paul Parker on his ass, I don't even know the score, but I know that's what he did to Paul Parker. Paul Parker's rushing in, and he got touched, and he just dropped to his backside. And I know we lost the game. So that's one of my worst times. Because, when you got the banter and people there with you, it makes it even worse. Like today for Davis. And one of the best results that I have is like the Spice Boys. FA Cup final,
you took mine away.
I'm so sorry, Solo. Now the game was boring as hell, but the Spice Boys coming out with their white suits and thinking they're big time. Great players, McManaman, Fowler, Redknapp. There's Barnes in midfield, stringing part. Think they were class, and they used to beat us up in the league, like possession wise. That team under Roy Evans. Really good football inside, I think they played a 3-5-2 or something like that. But they always had possession against us. But when we beat them with Cantona, that was like, I remember, whoa, almost as good as when Norman Whiteside scored against Everton. It's like one of the off your feet moments, So
Yeah.
yeah, fantastic. David James, trash. So those are my two. There was a result. I have to look back now, like Mr. B, and find out that result when they beat us, when Barnes put Parker on his backside. But yeah,
I
those
think it was
two games. But
I think
I
it was
love.
2-0.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I love Liverpool. I've always liked Liverpool. I think back in the 80s, they were the shit. I mean, it's such a shame when the disaster at Heysel, because that team with Barnes, Houghton, Beardsley, they beat Nottingham Forest 5-0 one time, and it's like the best football I've ever seen. Blew my mind. I wonder what they would have done against AC Milan with Pullet and Van Basten, the Star Bucharest team, you know, during that period of time, you know? Because Everton were up there as well. So it's so unfortunate we never got to see that team compete against the best in Europe.
Yeah.
But yeah, those two.
So for mine now, my worst one ever is got to be the return of that. How can I put it? Well, I got two. The first one, I'm going to say they've got an overrated ex-player that he got so hyped up, very overrated. I'm not even going to name his name because there's one player in the Premier League that will always be better than him, and he's not fit enough to even clean his boots. Yeah?
Who that?
What?
Who's it?
Well, they've got an overrated player called Steven Gerrard, haven't they? And we got the greatest player in the whole wide world.
Oh my God.
We got the
Don't play with fire.
Oh,
Don't
no
play with
way.
fire, Solo.
No
we got
Don't
way.
play with
skulls in. We
matches.
got skulls. So I was gonna say about his goal when he came on as a sub and he banged that screamer in, but it's not gonna be that one. It's gonna be a traitor of ours, Paul Ince. When he came back from Inter Milan and he scored that goal and he celebrated like Liverpool won the league.
Big time,
I was
Charlie.
cussing him. I was upset. My best moment, Man United, Liverpool again, Spice Boys. See in the face of Jamie Redknapp with his sunglasses, Matt Manaman with his curly locks, thinking he's going to some adverts or something like that, L'Oreal Wash and Go or something like that. And then Cantona, boring game, Cantona, bang. Kung Fu fighting, kicking, yeah? Bang, goal, 1-0. FA Cup would take that all day long. But guys, amazing. That's amazing. Thank you guys for bringing back some memories there. So, Mr. B, let's hit some comments up. And then after that, I want to go through with D7 and ask him about the decline of Liverpool, the worst champions in Premier League history. So, Mr. B, would you mind?
Yes,
Some comments.
We've got one from Charles.
Hi, Charles.
Where
Hello,
did
Charles.
Chelsea finish after their last title win? The following season after United last won the title, where did they finish in the league? Stop the hate, folks. It's got nothing to do with hate, Charles. And I'm really, really sure you could have had an invite to come on here, but you chose to sit behind your keyboard and you made D7 come on here on his own.
And to be fair to him, he's representing so far. But we're sharpening these studs up.
Remy.
Yes, Rami.
Wait. Remy. That's the guy I did a promo with today.
That's
Yes,
right.
Rami. Yes, Rami.
Big up,
Yes,
Remy, on
Rami.
the bridge. Yes, I see you.
Yes, Rami. Big up.
Yes, Limbo.
Yes,
Big up, Liverpool.
Evening, Mandel. Well done, Liverpool. Big up, bro. Paul Carr, loving
Yes,
the vibes
Paul Carr.
already.
How you doing?
D7. This is from Paul. Give D7 a hard time.
First time, man. Leave me, Paul.
Gemma.
Yeah,
Louise
D7 is one for
Robinson.
you. Gemma's one on your side.
Yeah.
Liverpool is full
Get
of
on the show,
pagans.
Solo. Get on the show.
Is that what she's? That's what that says there. Liverpool is full of pagans. Thank you, Gemma. Paul Carr, love you guys. Big up.
We love you too, Paul.
Thank you, man.
LFC worst champions ever.
Big up,
Well,
Liverpool.
that's what you hear. We've got D7 to prove, otherwise, he's going to come with his stats and his facts, but we all know they're the worst. Fabiano for Liverpool in 2021 in defence. 1-0, drawn 3,
100%.
lost 4 lost 4 in midfield. 1-4, drew 1, lost 1. Not rocket science. We miss Fab in midfield. He's the key signing. When he's in defence and Jordan and Curtis are out, it leaves us exposed. I mean, in all fairness, Gemma, what I will say is I did ask that question to I'm wondering who it was. Could it have been Stitches earlier on?
Could have been.
Yeah, about Fabiano playing, and they were saying obviously that the amount of injuries that he had meant that he had to move. My question was, couldn't you have played somebody else in defence but kept your midfield as it was? But for whatever reason, he always moves. So, you know,
you never got an answer.
Never got an answer.
You know the reason behind that? He who did he play for before? Is it Monaco? He played right back.
Yeah.
He played right back there. So like when he goes into the back four, like he understands that positional sense. For me, his positional sense is better than Henderson's. It's better than the two young boys that they got there. But in midfield, underrated in midfield. Underrated. I think they could drop Thiago back there and if he can do the same thing. You can't do what Fabrizio does.
Yeah.
Good point.
We'll give you that one, D12. We'll give you that one. D7, we'll give you that one. That's just one I'm giving you.
Paul Carr again. The man said decline, you know. Yes, we did. We slipped it in more than once.
Hold on. Can I go back to Paul
say hello
Carr?
to David. Go back.
Paul, like Spursy. Come on the shows, Paul, because I want to find out what happened to Spursy.
Everyone big up David. My brethren David.
David, the real fun. Evening. Liverpool are not in decline. They are just how we want them to be right now.
Big up Bossman James.
Bossman James, bless up, lads. I guess
yes.
LFC and Man U are going to put Leeds on the revenge list next season. Hey, no, we never lost to Leeds.
We never lost to Leeds. We beat them 6-1. We gave them a good kick in.
6-2, yeah. Linville, he's crying. City are cheats. Oh, that was a nice random one from Mr. Connor. Oh, this is a fellow. You can't use my government name, Mr. Kennedy. I keep telling you, man. You know, John Barnes came from the pitches at Vale Farm. We play Vale Farm on a Saturday. He played for Sudbury Court, who we used to play for, and he's joined St. Joseph's with Ian's. Thank you, Mr. Kennedy, for that history lesson.
Thank you.
Charles Williams, you can always know that United talk shit. Come on, we want it, bro. Come on, we'll talk shit with you. Come on. Paul Lynch is a real Judas. Yes, Linville.
Yeah.
Yes, Linville.
Big time Charlie.
You should have put that in exclamation marks. Mr. Silver Fox, how you doing, big
Tony.
man? How's Solo doing Gerard dirty? Nah, mate. Must have been a long day at work.
Yes,
Football United TV.
How you doing, Matt?
We'll see you tomorrow night on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock on your show. Respect.
Tune in. Big them up. Keyboard warrior.
Man United.
Yeah, remember that.
There you
7-1.
Yes, Talk United.
Hi,
Just
Talk United.
to say hi. Yes. My accent guy. That's the guys with the accent. Big up, Talk.
Best impressions. Best guy ever.
We're still waiting for you to come on and do your Scouts Harry Maguire for me again, big man. D7, these guys are Talk. Let believe that. What's that? Mr. B chatting pagans with the Satan beard.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Holy water. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Oh,
wow.
This is one from Guna Ranger.
Liam Guna Ranger.
Big lineup tonight, man like Davis, you know. I think you know him personally.
Everyone knows Davis. Everyone knows Davis, man.
Big up.
Charles, listen to you, ain't baiting me, son. United would always be in our shadow. You lot running your gums about being second, 10 points behind City, yet top of the league in January. What I will say, Mr. Charles, in reply to that is, I haven't been running up my mouth at all. But the fact that, it's been a Monday. And the fact that you won't qualify for Champions League next season.
It's even sweeter.
And you will be playing Europa from the start, not halfway. So we get half Champions League's money. You're going to earn no money next season. But that's fine. It's no problem.
Go then, Mr. B.
Charles, I'm still waiting for you to come on the show. Your invite is here. The link can be sent anytime you like. I'm waiting.
You don't want none. Big up
Dynamic
Dynamic Productions.
Big up, bro. Good evening. Charles again. Yet you call Klopp a flop for finishing 1 point behind City and winning the European Cup. Ollie at the wheel. I'm not going to reply to that one. Football United TV. You've heard the expressions. Now it's time for impressions. Man,
Yeah.
man,
Crack me up, man. Crack me up. He's got them all.
Funny guy.
Really
funny guy. So, let's talk decline. Let's talk downward spiral.
Let's talk about the decline of Liverpool. So, D7, talk to me. You had a player at centre-back. His name was Virgil van Dijk. According to you Liverpool guys, he's a messiah. He's the greatest thing. He's the greatest centre-back. He's better than John Terry. He's better than Rio Ferdinand. But I'll tell you one thing. None of them had 7 goals past them. Since then...
What are you saying? You're not better than John Terry?
What?
Bro.
After a season and a half?
Virgil.
How are you going to come and say after a season and a half, he's better than
Nah,
John
bro.
Terry?
As a football
Is he
player,
better than Rio Ferdinand?
That's close, bro. I don't know, man. I rate Rio. His reading of the game was good. He's good in the book. No, I'll be honest with it. I could be pro Liverpool, but I'll be honest. Like Rio understands the game. His reading of the game was, for me, it was exceptional. Like he never really went to ground the same way Virgil don't really go to ground. Which I will come back to a Wan-Bissaka as well. Going to ground.
Oh no!
As a defender,
Don't be bringing that world class thingy back in right back. Yeah, greatest right back in the world at the moment.
Who?
Wan-Bissaka.
Hey, Solo, please, man, please. Comedy, man. It's not comedy. Why are you coming with jokes, man? I'm talking serious. No, but as a defender, shouldn't really go to ground. I was taught that, when I was like 10, 11 years old. I came off the pitch really muddy, and I thought I'd done really well. Made about 10, 15 slide tackles. The manager looked at me and said, "Why are you so muddy and why is he not?" I was like, I made loads of tackles. He said, "That just means you're in the wrong position. As a defender, you're in the wrong position. Why are you going to ground? You should be able to push them in the direction where you want them to go." Which is why I rate Virgil, but with Rio, I think he's done it for a longer period as well. Like for me, like Virgil's got a little way to go, but Rio was exceptional for me. He was good.
Well, thank you for at least admitting something. You're the first Liverpool fan who actually admitted. Charles Williams on here would tell you that VD is sort of he's the greatest thing, and he's only had like a year and a half, and then in that year and a half at Liverpool, he got 7 goals past him. You know,
can I add to that? Can I add to that?
Of course he can.
Yeah. What gets me Van Dijk, when he was in Holland, he never played for the big teams there. Then he didn't go to a big club outside of Holland. He went straight to Celtic and strolling around against these sort of pub players in the Scottish League. And then he comes down to the Premiership. He goes to Southampton. So I'm curious, what was it about him? Why didn't he do it from young? Why wasn't he like showcased from young? Because you can see, everyone can see he's talented. What was it about him? Was his mentality? Was it his didn't feel he had the ability to do it? What was his choice of clubs? Because he's now 20, 28, 29. And the guys we're talking about, Rio Ferdinand and Terry, they were doing it from young in the Prem at a top level. I'm just curious as to why, if they D7 can answer that, why do you think
he's
Van
jumped
Dijk
off at the moment? He's got bad reception. He'll be back on in a minute.
Yeah, I'll just save that for him. I'm just curious. So all the people out there, why do you think Van Dijk only came late in the Prem and to a big club? He didn't go for a big club in Holland, didn't go to, Celtic, that he's cruising out there, and then he comes to Southampton. Just curious about that.
And then also, for me, we'll let him answer the question when he comes back on. Would you mind reading some of these questions out quickly?
Yeah. Mr. Silver Fox, loving the show as always. Even though you United boys are proper deluded, it's funny. Oh, you're back. Should I carry on reading?
I can see you now, Davis.
Look at this! Look at the shirt he's wearing. Terrible shirt.
What kind of shit? Davis, I've got
Is
a
there a
question for
terrible?
you.
Yes.
I got a question. Yeah, as you were talking about Virgil van Dijk, in Holland, he only played for a weak team. Can't remember who he played for, but it wasn't one of the big three. Then he goes to Celtic, which is like cruising, you know. Then from Celtic he goes to Southampton, not the biggest club in the Premiership. What took him so long? What do you think took him so long to play for a big club? Do you think his confidence, didn't believe he could do it, or do you think no one? Why do you think no one picked him up earlier? Because he's now 27, 28, and now it's only now
He's
playing for a
28,
big club.
29 this year. 29 this year.
He's not hearing me.
Can you hear us?
Well, I think. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear
Can you hear me?
Yep.
I believe. Well, I don't know. For me, obviously, it's down to as a manager. It's your style of play. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, it's down to as a manager, it's your style of play, and to be honest, I think that Alex Ferguson, for example, he would sign players based on his style of play, not just because he's a good player. It's whether he could play in the Man United way. For example, like Evra, who came in, for example. I think it's down to the manager and whether that manager thinks that player can fit in their ideal of how football should be played. Where Virgil, well now, him and Gomez predominantly when they are playing, they're left quite isolated because they're quite good one-on-one. Whereas which is we're still trying to play the same way, and obviously the centre backs we got can't do that. So. I suppose Klopp saw the potential in him. And I do think as a player, it's based on the manager that you're around. For example, like Lukaku. Lukaku went to Inter Milan, and he's like a different player. I very much think it's down to the manager, the style of play, and how they. It's man management as well. Like whether a manager puts his arm around you and realizes that's the kind of support you need, or starts swearing at you and to G you up. It's all about man management, and I think Klopp's got that with a lot of the players at Liverpool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So going to go on Monday.
No, I just agree. Good point.
Yeah, it's a good point he's made. For me, I just believe Klopp now, the decline of Liverpool, I look at the decline of Liverpool is Klopp has, I don't know what you're thinking with it, but he's got like about 6 to 7 years within him, and then till he bring all the players out. And fine. So, if you want to answer that question, you can answer it and let me know, why do you think Jurgen has only got sort of about 6 to 7 years within as a manager before he burns the team out?
Well, I know some people have spoke about Amundi, for example. I spoke about the style of play, and it's all high press, rock and roll type. But what I struggle with is when you use the word like decline. So if Liverpool are in decline now, so can I go back? Sorry, if Liverpool are in decline now, what are Man United after Ferguson? Well, because it's only been like 6 months, yeah. But we're in decline, and we won a Champions League and a league.
We're rebuilding.
What was the word you used for Man United after Alex Ferguson and all that?
We're rebuilding. We rebuild longer.
We're rebuilding.
Wait a minute.
We're making sure we're getting the foundations right. You know what I mean?
Solo, look at the blend. Look at the blend he's coming with now. He's switching back on us. We shouldn't be answering anything. We're listening like this. And suddenly we have to answer the question. How can you go from... Hold on, 1 minute. How can you go from 2 seasons at 90 points? And now look at you. Where are you there now? How many points you have? You have half, not even a third of that. How can you go from that to that?
Would you not put that down? Well, okay, so would you not put that down to is that team selection, or is it fourth team selection, or is it a manager's selection? Just is it tinkering? It's not tinkering. He's forced to play the team that he's got. He's forced to.
Can I answer that then?
He's forced to bring in Kabak. He's forced to make them. Yeah.
So you were saying earlier that you play the system he plays. He's got a formula. Why didn't he just tweak it and just sit back? If you were saying about Van Dijk and Gomez being good man-to-man markers and playing high at the pitch and dealing with anything in behind, these other guys coming in can't do that. So why does Klopp continue with that same formula? That's down to the manager, surely.
No, I agree. No, exactly. So for me, he still wants to remember they're in training every day. So they're saying, right, this is how we're gonna win the league again. This is what we're gonna do. And if you noticed, it changed last season in the first game against Norwich, and they were playing high. Everyone's going, why are you playing so high? You just won the Champions League, like sitting off, like it was fine. And then all of a sudden, I think Gomez and Van Dijk must have had a conversation in regards to with the manager to say, look, well, we're comfortable enough to Trent and Robbo go high. One of the centre midfielders, predominantly Henderson, would drop into either side, not as a right back or left back, but into that pocket in between the full back and centre back to cover that space off a diagonal ball when on the counter. And they were happy to manage it that way. But if you've been doing that every day in training, I do agree you should have a plan B, and you should play the players that you've got on the pitch. And if you notice, for example, when Van Dijk or Gomez play, they will hit a dive ball early in behind for Mane or into, and Mane and Salah will say hi, and they'll hit into them nice and early, and then they're one-on-one, they're out. The centre backs can't do that. So I agree. Virgil's probably thinking, you know what? Klopp's probably thinking, you know what? We've got Thiago, get the ball into his feet, he'll make us play. But the whole structure of the team changes. The pattern of play changes. So, which is why you'll see Jota's a very intelligent player. He's not really in behind. He's quick, but he's intelligent in and around the box. His movement's good. He finds space well. So when you've got Thiago in there, Jota always does well when Thiago plays. Always. Because he'll get the ball. He'll get the ball in certain, he'll make the right runs where he can slide it in. But Mane, you don't become rubbish overnight. That's pretty much what I think. You don't become rubbish overnight, and the way they've structured it, he's not playing that well this season. His numbers ain't not terrific, and that's because the style of play change. But again, down to the manager. But obviously he's got his style of play, and he wants to play a certain way. So I don't think it's
well done, thank you.
Solo. You know what it is, Solo? When the thing, we can banter and all that thing, but when you get an answer like that, I know. I can't say nothing. The thing is, that's football, you know.
You can't bring this guy on the show again. You can't bring him on the show again.
No. Yeah, that's a good counter-attack. Yeah,
we don't like counter-attacking. So, guys, we are actually, you know what? This is so quick, and I'm loving the energy. I'm loving everything, guys. Thanks to the comments. Thanks to all of us here right now. Fantastic. We've literally got about 8 minutes to get through everything we need to get through. That's how time has gone quick. So, guys, before we go now, and I've got 2 videos. I'm gonna go do the first video. We're gonna answer some questions. Then we'll do the last video, and we'll call it a night. Yeah, about 6 minutes to do it in. Yeah.
Although we still haven't decided whether Liverpool are the worst titles.
Wait, Mr. B, let me help you.
27 points down on where they were last season, Roy. That's the biggest drop-off of any Premier League champion. But would you accept there are mitigating circumstances for this Liverpool side?
Well, we spoke before the game about they are making a lot of excuses. To me, they've been bad champions.
Yes, boy.
I like that.
That's a stitch up.
Listen,
say something.
That's why we call it the studs up. There's always a surprise element of studs up. There's always something there.
Some hot sauce to that.
Jesus.
Go on, D7, take that away, and then we're gonna then read some questions out. Take that away. Go on, answer the Roy Keane critiques. Answer it. Go on,
No, it is.
take it away.
I wouldn't say it's excuses. It's facts. The facts are there. The fact, like nobody, like I hear some Arsenal fans talking to me, Man U fans. Like if you guys think you're in what if we're in decline and you in the ascendancy, you haven't got a structure. You haven't got a structure. You haven't got a pattern of play. To be fair, it's a false league, isn't it? It's a false league. The fans are not there. Your players play better when there's no fans because you've got training players. We got world class players. When there's fans and there's pressure, we play and we win. When there's fans and there's pressure, what did you lot do?
Well, we're saying more about that right now.
Sorry.
Okay, guys, listen, yeah. If you're watching this show and you like the content, please share, please like, please subscribe. This is a Man U agenda. And today we got myself, Solo 7, we got a Monday, we got Mr. B, we got D7. Guys, it's been fantastic. So we're going to wrap up, but we just got a few comments. I'll say a few comments, guys. There's about 20 comments to try and get through.
Oh, God.
And literally, we just got to throw through them because...
No comment there. No response. Just throw them out there.
We've got 4 minutes. We've got about 4 minutes.
Come, let's go.
I've got one more question to ask after that. So, next one. Sorry, Mr. B.
They might not be playing in Europa. Are we talking about Liverpool?
Yeah,
I'll be honest. I think Liverpool will. I think they will get the last Europa place.
Just about.
Listen, it doesn't matter. Football more about money. Hasn't the European Super League taught you that? What Europe? It doesn't exist. I hope they don't. I hope it was just a bad dream. Yeah, man. Guna Ranger, don't anyone over here think that Mr. B should do it? Yo, shut up. We've already had this conversation. This crazy thinks he's smart, you know. Now I need to read these questions before I start talking. Let me read this first. Right, so this is Charles Williams. He's better than all of them. Now, wasn't he voted second best player in the world? You know what? You're talking about VD. What's his name? Virgil van Dijk. Jebba, always comparing Virgil to retired players because nobody currently playing is better. Wait till he retires, then ask again. Yo, Solo, don't be stupid, bro. Come on, man. Don't.
Wait, sorry. Rob Holding.
Oh, my God. Can you believe it? Yeah.
The only thing VVD has got is better hair quality than Rio.
Oh, God. Real cream.
Mr. Silver Fox, to be fair, did Rio concede 7? I'm certain he was playing in that game at Villa Park. Rob Holding would never.
Rob Holding.
Dynamic Productions. Virgil doesn't come close to Rio. Rio was class from younger age. Van Dijk is world class though. Can't deny it. I mean, look, the fact that Liverpool have dropped 30 points because they've missed one player who plays at the back and it's just destroyed their whole team. Maybe he is universal class. It's not even world class because the bad effect that he's had on the whole of Liverpool is amazing. We got another one from Charles here. Did he get voted second best player or not, folks? I have no idea. I don't care about Virgil van Dijk. Stones, this is our dynamic production. Stones and Rubin would have something to say about, obviously, VVD being the best defender in the Premiership.
And Harry Maguire.
Yeah, anyway, Amondi. VD, I think, started late. This is from Ian Kennedy. He's saying that Van Dijk started late. Again, I have absolutely no idea. Ian, who was better value? Why are we asking this question, bro?
Move on.
Yeah. we already know it's Maguire. Lukaku is thriving in a weaker league. Simple as that. See, he's saying Stones. Man's laughing. Warren David. Wow, she's written a whole essay.
Jesus.
Gemma, man, come on. When it was just for, you know what? I'm not even going to read out the whole of this. You man can read out this message. Read it yourself.
I got it. When it was just Virgil out there, we were coping. Then Gomez was out, Matic on and off, and we had no replacements of a high enough quality to cope with how we play. How to just use what we had just to fill in the gaps. On top of that, Fab was out injured. Trent, Allison, Jordan's been out twice. We've had numerous injuries, and I think we had a few COVID issues. Team's been struggling because we have missed that natural flow as we haven't had a consistent team. The reasons players are tired is our defense is weak.
No, the reason why your players are tired is because Klopp runs them into the ground. Warren David Ellis. What's so funny?
Yes, Matt. Yeah.
Yes, Matt. United are rebuilding just like Trump. With that friggin' wall.
Hello, Shah. Hi, Shah. How you doing, man?
Hello, Shaw.
Oh, get them studs out, lads. This is from Dynamic. He's so bitter about Ole Manchester United. Thought he was going to cry the other day. Now, I'm going to assume he's talking about a Monday. Stones is not better than VVD. What is what's so funny?
No way.
Yeah, I agree. There's no way. I wouldn't even put them in the same category. Warren Davis Ellis. So Stones gets no credit for this season. Laporte, Stones, and Diaz, are all quality and comparable to him. Comparable? Are they comparable? Are these players?
What we got to do, sorry guys, I'm going to interrupt here. We've literally got to fly through these here. We've got about 3 minutes to fly through them. There's about 20 more comments. I'll just say read them and then that's it, guys.
All
Let
right,
me read.
cool,
Let me read.
Yeah,
Let me read.
You go.
Yeah, Diamond Introduction. Forget that one. They're arguing amongst themselves. Liverpool again says when Virgil returns, Liverpool got to win the league again.
That must be a big question mark and laughing. Here you go.
Good Solo, you killed it. Big up, Solo.
Respect, good.
Talk the thing, Keen. Yes, talk the thing, man. When Virgil returns, our Man U is the question you need to be asking yourself. Yeah.
Don't worry about us. What about you?
Next, classic Keno. We know. Next. Play it again. Don't let the Liverpool brother heard it. Don't think the Liverpool brother heard it. Hilarious. Yeah, let's go. Stones has had one good season and he's better than Virgil. I'm off to I don't know if it's that way. False league. You won the league because of COVID. Liverpool COVID trophy. Liverpool cancelled. Let's cancel Liverpool title season 2 then. No fans. No. So bitter. Yeah. You celebrated in front of no fans. That's from Shah. Liverpool says it was said last season the only reason you won the league is because of COVID. Dynamic Warren, actually, he's a top centre back in England at this point in time. I'm not interested in history. Virgil is injured at the moment. This one's for Monday. Yes, Liam. Big up, Liam. For me, please do a watch along thing with Mr. B. Tell him the fans want to see it.
Don't read nothing else that this guy.
Warren again, who replaces you? Your late bloomer. Harry, don't know who I am. Maguire is pads. So what makes him better? Does it? What happens to Stones when he joins City? Virgil transformed the whole Liverpool team. Enough said. Also, 14 first team players out for 10 games. We had four of our 5 back line out, including Allison.
I thought it's 14.
Shah says, hear them strings broke on the violins.
Thank you.
Warren, this is a message to Warren, says, so the mighty Liverpool is a one-man team. Jesus Christ, Warren. Man can't even say my name to us. The banter's weak. Our lads won the league with 7 games left. You lot lost it in the COVID league. We will ask the question in 4 or 5 years, bro. Yeah. Do you remember when there was a point when the league was going to get cancelled? Yeah, we do. Direct Productions didn't say it was a one-man team, mate. You don't win leagues with a solid defense. I thought you would know that.
Okay.
Liverpool in tears.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, listen, if you're watching, please like, please share, please subscribe. We're going to play one more little video for last comment. You want to do that one?
Amy. Hi, Amy. Say hello,
Hello,
to Amy,
Hello,
guys.
Amy. Hello,
Oh,
Amy.
This
Hello.
is the
Well done,
missus.
guys. Great
This
show.
is the
Keep it up.
wife.
Thank you.
Miami.
Thank
Hello,
you.
Amy. Hello, Amy.
Yeah,
Okay, guys.
do win.
Again, I'm sorry, D7, but I've got to do it to you again. I want to ask you a question. So this is a little tribute to Sign Out.
Nope.
This is a setup.
So according to Liverpool fans,
Zach,
I'm not saying it's you,
Sorry.
but according to
I'm Mendy,
Liverpool
bro.
fans, apparently you won 4 trophies in one season. Talk to me.
Yeah?
Can you hear me?
You're not.
You won 4 trophies in one season.
What?
Pardon?
No, 1 year.
In 1 year. I thought
Oh,
this
over 12
season there's
months.
a cut-off point in the season.
Over 12 months, yeah.
12 months.
Yeah. Wait, is it echo? Is it echo? Am I only echoing? What? Yeah, 12 months.
So you won 4 trophies in one season.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
No. In 12 months. In a year.
In 12
Right,
months. No, we're
different.
talking about a season. So we're talking about the season starts in August and end in June.
May.
May.
Yeah, I agree with that. but when people start talking about stats and all that, people start talking about, which I don't really agree with, I've done this over the last few years, people start talking about over the last 12 months, Harry Kane this or Harry Maguire this, so people start talking about over a year period. Over the year period, they won 4 trophies. How many did you win?
I don't know about what we won.
All right.
Okay, guys, if you're tuning in,
Wait.
please like. Go on.
Just want to say one thing. I love Davis,
Brilliant.
D7. He's my brethren. I love this guy like a brother. Real family, you know? Let me tell you a quick story how good he is. All right? We're over in New Zealand. He comes off the plane. We're playing big league game. This is their top league. He turns up, strolls up, gets his boots on, everything else, plays for the team, scores 6 goals in his first game.
Wow.
Bum. That's how good he is.
Wow.
If he stayed over there, it'd be a ledge.
Immense.
Done.
Immense.
Anyway.
Immense. Okay, we're going to read the last 2 comments and then we're going to just wrap up here. So, sorry, would you mind?
Charles says, great show, lads. No trophies tonight. Gassing about being above Liverpool. Charles again says, no, he's saying 12 months. Solo trying to play with words. Linville said, big show. Thank you, Linville. Charles says, yes, star. Solo, how many trophies has Ollie at the Wheel won? Talk to us in a few weeks.
Thank you.
Say hello to Jade.
Hello, Jade.
D7. You got to come back on. Great show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone agreed D7.
Okay.
Brilliant.
D7
Brilliant.
Guys, listen, it's been fantastic show tonight. Thanks for all the comments, guys. Without you guys, there wouldn't be a show. D7, we're bringing you back on. Definitely bringing you back on. Maybe a more civilized conversation.
Thank you.
Yeah, excellent. And you stormed us. You know, you came back at us. You slide tackled us. You know, so thanks, D7, Mr. B on Monday, guys. Absolute pleasure. Thanks for watching, guys. This is your Man United agenda, and this was your Studs Up show. And we got one more. Thank you very much, Charles. Thank you.
Big up, bro.
Thank you,
Charles. Thank you for the support, man.
Thank you, guys. So, guys, let's play out the greatest captain of all time.
Find him there.
I found him. He's not playing.
difficult it is.
Yeah, he's not playing.